going to introduce Josh. Josh is the owner and the founder of a Carpenter's Son that's located here in Columbus, Ohio. So with that, I'll turn it over to Josh.
Hey, everybody. It's great to meet you. Like Tim said, we're a custom furniture shop here in Columbus, Ohio. We are focusing primarily on domestic hardwoods and what we use in our material, and we want to talk a little bit about that today. But before we get into the materials that we use, I just want to share a little bit about us. We primarily focus on commercial furniture, focusing on office, hospitality, restaurant, corporate spaces. And we have a few slides that you can click through real quick, Brad. But our team is here in Worthington, in Columbus, and we work on projects all over Ohio and beyond. And so we work in different states, different markets, and we do a lot of commercial projects. You just want to flip through these real quick, Brad. We've got hospitality projects, corporate projects, and restaurant shops, as well as boardroom tables, and all sorts of different hardwood pieces. And so the thing that we wanted to primarily focus on today was the hardwood materials that we use in our products, and talk a little bit about the fast furniture industry in compared to what we're building as well. So Amber, I think, has a couple questions for us, but I wanted to share a little bit about the materials that we use.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all those beautiful pieces. I definitely see the broad scope that you guys touch on a daily basis. What unique aspects set your furniture apart from mass-produced alternatives? Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So let me see this real quick. We are, we do domestic hardwoods, and so a lot of the pieces that we build are crafted with hardwood elements, steel, as well as other mixed materials like concrete and stone and upholstered elements. And we use a close-knit circle of suppliers and vendors. Laverne is here from Yoder Lumber, who's one of our suppliers. He's going to be sharing a little bit about their company and where we get some of our wood. And so I wanted to kind of walk you through the shop a little bit as we answer some of these questions. And so we have a team of furniture builders, furniture makers, and finishers that all work here in our shop and to build the things that we make.
Gosh, since we're so fortunate right now to have Laverne from Yoder Lumber here with us, Laverne, could you please tell us about the sustainable forestry practices and sawmill operations that provide a Carpenter's Son with beautiful lumber? Is there a specific selection process for the wood used at a Carpenter's Son and their furniture?
Absolutely. First of all, I want to thank Josh for giving me an invite to come to this event. It's exciting to be able to see somebody promoting hardwoods. Obviously, that's what we do. We are a full procurement history of taking the timber all the way down to making things that Josh makes. So we go as far as pretty much all over Ohio. We go down into West Virginia. We go into different regions of the Appalachian country. We harvest the timber, bring it into our facility. We cut it up into boards and down to the final product, which is components that Josh would use in his business. Some people think that cutting down trees is actually a bad thing. Believe it or not, it's actually good for the forest. Sustainable forestry is key to our industry when it comes to making that the forest is healthy. So when you cut down the big mature trees, it gives the option of the smaller trees to grow back into big mature trees, therefore making it a natural, renewable natural resource. We've been doing it for 75 plus years. Believe it or not, the Ohio Forestry Association does studies, and the trees are actually outgrowing the industry. So we have more forests now than we did even years and years ago. So it really is a truly renewable resource. And the products that Josh is making is also more of a renewable product. You can take it, you can refinish it, you can reuse it, It's not something that gets thrown into landfill like a lot of your cheaper style furniture does. And so, yeah, we're really excited to see the hardwood brand be enhanced. If you want to learn more, I actually have this little flyer. I'll just put it right up to the screen. Something called American Hardwood. If you visit that website, realamericanhardwood.com, there's a lot of really good information, a lot about sustainability, what's good with hardwoods. It does a lot of comparisons and things. It was put together by the hardwood corporations. Was actually funded. Yoder Lumber actually was part of the sponsorship that built that website, just to give people more information. So if you're curious, feel free to visit that website. Click through it. There's a lot of good things on there. We're excited about the way we can promote our industry through that website. So feel free to browse through there at your leisure.
That's realamericanhardwoods.com.
Thanks, guys. Josh, I know you guys are participating in One Tree Planted. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. One Tree Planted is an organization that we partner with that focuses on reforestation and conservation efforts in the Appalachian region. If you go to that next slide, Brad, the Appalachian region, which is a area that we all work in, is down through parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and even down into some of the Carolinas as well. And so Yoder has forestry operations in a lot of those areas. And so a lot of the wood that we use, which is durable and lasts forever, comes from those areas. So part of our promise and what we've decided to do is use a portion of our proceeds to work with One Tree Planted to plant trees every month, as well as work with Yoder, who is also doing sustainable forestry. So we're on a track right now to be planting about 1,200 trees this year.
Wow, that's really impressive. Josh, we can clearly tell how passionate you are about creating beautiful, sustainable, and lasting furniture while supporting the regional community, which is super important to us. What other exciting things are on the horizon for Carpenter's Son? For example, reclaimed barnwood has gained popularity in the past decade. Has a Carpenter's Son ever thought about using it in furniture?
So we haven't done any barnwood projects. It was a very hot fad for a while to take down old barns and use them for materials. We haven't had good success or seen those materials used in a really meaningful way, whether it's pests or weather or hardware that's in those woods. So we prefer to use wood that's been freshly milled and replanted in our products. And so barnwood is that reclaimed wood look. The barnwood planks it isn't something you'll see in our furniture in particular, but something we are excited about is continuing to source unique products, as well as the variety of species that we use in our products, in the furniture that we use, whether that's some of the dimensional hardwoods and maple and white oak, walnut and ash. We get a wide variety of species from Yoder lumber to use in the products that Tim O'Neill is helping source and find those products for us.
Great. One more question. So do you have any specific signature styles or collections? How do customers typically go about choosing the perfect piece for their project?
Yeah, so we don't have any set signature styles or collections. Half of the fun of what we do is custom. And so we have a designer in-house who's on this call, Brad, if you want to wave. Brad is our lead designer, and he works with our clients. He works with Tim's clients to come up with pieces that are unique to their space and to their use. And so when we have something that's like a boardroom table or something that's unique, we can take our clients out to Yoder or one of our other suppliers to hand select some of the big live edge slabs. But in some of the standard pieces, whether it's an office or a cafe, the dimensional hardwood that you see here is are products that are selected by Yoder and sent to us for use in our furniture.
Yeah.
So we saw that big pile of garbage, all that furniture that was just stacked into the, dumpsters and all are in the landfill. How do you guys make the furniture? Like, what's the difference between that stuff and what you have? Why is this more
Yeah.
sustainable? Why will this last longer than the stuff that we see?
So this is a good example right here. If you want to show this, Amber, we've got these are our a hand cut joinery detail, and so a lot of the materials and the processes and the designs that we're using are designed and built to last. And so we've got a team of furniture makers using materials that are going to last a very long time. We say often that we're building generational furniture. And using high quality joinery and materials and stuff like that is going to help the furniture hold up longer, especially in the commercial settings. The other exciting element for when we're talking about recyclable content or sustainability is there's different elements and there's different price points when it comes to wood species. You think about a black walnut, which is a really nice classic species, and then a red oak, which is more economical. And one of the interesting things with our partnership with Yoder Lumber is Yoder is one of the nation's largest manufacturers of stair components. So, think stair treads, railings, all sorts of trim elements and that type of thing. And so primarily, a lot of those components are made out of red oak. And Yoder invested in a machine called a finger joining machine that can take the scrap and the offcuts from that process and turn them into butcher block panels that we can use for a really economical tabletop or a table frame using red oak, which stains really well and is a much lower price point than some of the white oaks and walnuts and stuff like that.
Something just to add into that a little bit. Yoder Lumber makes a big claim. We put nothing in the landfill. So we actually burn our sawdust for heat. We turn our bark into bark mulch you put in your flower beds. And then some of these options that we've come up with for recycling material that maybe would just go into a trash bin now is being turned into, great and amazing things that people like Josh and other people in the hardwood industry can use. And it's just become a really valuable thing to promote the sustainability of it over throwing something in the landfill.
Yeah.
The nice thing too about your products are you can sit there and you can refinish this. You can do all sorts of different things with it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I'm sick of this color, I'm sick of this finish, or this gets a little dinged up. I can fix this.
Yep.
Or refinish it. And so that way the life expands.
Yeah, absolutely. Like for this, for example, when we have a solid hardwood top, such as this, there's no veneer, there's no substrates with it, part of this. And so it just increases the life expectancy, increases the lifespan. 10, 15, 20 years down the road, you can refinish solid wood. We use an Ohio-based manufacturer called Woodwright. And so the stains and finishes that we do here in our shop, it just enables it to have multiple lifespans as you get into different uses.
So I don't have to, if I chip this thing, if I dent this thing, do I have to refinish the whole thing or can I just touch it up?
Yeah. Depending on the stain and the finish, it can be touched up, it can be refinished, and that's a great option as well. Yeah.
Well, since we're here, is there anything else that you wanted to show us in the
Sure, we can
shop?
take a quick walk around. So right now we're working on a co-working space. These are all the tabletops that our team has been working on. Hang on, I'm getting a bad echo here. And so we've got a handful of pieces that are being worked on. We've got some cafe tables that are these waterfall community cafe tables are in the works right now.
So, like, what do you look at as far as to make sure that this stuff is not going to break or fall apart with the, like you get a piece of this fast furniture, heck, you put a screw in wrong and it falls apart and it drops. We all seen the commercial where the person puts the, get done building the table put something on and it goes flying off. You know,
Yeah.
why is this, like, what do you guys do that makes it last so much longer? Or what does a good furniture
Sure.
manufacturer do that's gonna make this thing so it lasts for 20 years?
Yeah, so aspects of durability are really the construction method, the build method. You know, all of our joints are reinforced or glued together. And
I think too, the solidity of wood. When you go to screw a piece of plywood together, there's something about the fibers of a wood that creates a connectivity that you just don't get in your ply goods and plastic board and things like that. It easily comes apart. It's cheap. Some people like that. If you're looking for something that'll last a lifetime, you've got that dense, it's beautiful wood that you can really create connectivity.
yeah. Over on this side, this is where our stains and finishes are. And so, you know, wood is a great product that you can change different colors of. If you want to show this piece here, you can change the color by staining it. You can do all sorts of different finishes and wire brush options and that type of thing. So whether it's a clear coat or a stained finish, there are 1,000 different options for really creating a custom look for your clients and their unique needs. There's another piece here.
Oh, nice. What do you call
These finishes.
So this is a white oak with just a stained finish right now. It's not. It still needs a sealer and a top coat. So all of these products
Sure.
are, you know, halfway through the cycle right now. Down here. Down here, you can see we have our finish team working on a few things here. You know, getting products ready for delivery tomorrow. And then we have, you know, things that are in different stages of completion, whether they're heading out the door or halfway through. And this is a great example of a little, this is a case goods piece. You can see the joinery on it is solid. This is something that will last for a very long time with a custom stain and a finish.
Very cool.
So you got all these little nooks and crannies. Does this add to the durability and the structure of it?
Yeah, so this is a big community table that's getting installed in Cincinnati tomorrow. And the channels you see here are for an inlaid steel structure because this gets a very heavy quartz top that goes on top of this walnut. It also has to be put together in pieces and get sent up an elevator. And so we have different connection points. So our install team can assemble the table on site. It gets the steel structure installed, and then it gets power units and
So you don't
convenience
just do
power.
a cam lock?
Yeah, not anymore. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, not anymore. We've got a German connection system from Festool that you can put all this together with an Allen wrench and a screwdriver. So yeah, this is more of the stuff that we have kind of out the door, custom solutions, custom goods, and we want to be able to provide a unique solution to any setting that people have for their products, and be able to you know, create something that's warm, that is durable. There's so many versatile things you can do with wood, and we're a big fan.
so Laverne, so no tree is actually killed just to make this safe.
No, it's not.
We didn't go out, we didn't shoot the tree down. We didn't.
No, we didn't. I think the most amazing thing about it is it's one of the few natural resources that is actually regrows on its own. I think it's great that Josh is replanting trees. I think that's a great incentive. I've heard a lot of people that have gone down that route. Believe it or not, reforestation happens on its own as well. So it's really, it's one of the few natural resources that is that way.
So if you don't reforest, if you don't take down the big trees,
Right.
Is that when we have a lot of the times too, where you get these nice fires going?
Yeah, so that creates stagnation in a forest. The key to having a growing forest is taking the mature trees out, opening the canopy, letting sun and water in, and that then lets the small trees regrow. So you can harvest a forest about every 20 years. And that cycle, we've done it for 3 or 4 people, like multiple times over generations. So that is something that is really intriguing to me to see how that process actually works. But yeah, it's really cool.
So not only by you making furniture that's gonna last for 15, 20, 25, 30, hell, I got a feeling this thing will last longer than any of us
Right.
lives put together. Not only are we doing good with that and not throwing stuff to the dumpster or the landfills and that, but also you guys are sitting there taking out those trees to let it keep on thriving and keep on
Correct.
growing. So the animals can have their nice place to live on
Correct.
top of it besides everything else. And plus, we're taking out the carbon dioxide
Correct.
and making all that.
Right.
This,
If you go into a woods that was freshly harvested, there's actually a different smell. There's oxygen in the air. There's just a different feel. If you go into a stagnant woods, it's not cool. I've been in them and it's just still dead. Yeah, it's
it's
still dead. So yeah,
so nothing really, not good stuff.
right,
Much carbon
right,
as something else.
correct.
Does anybody have, you guys have anything else you want to add or does anybody have any questions? And Amber, you might have to take over this part to see whether people have questions or not, or we can head back to
Yeah, we can head it.
on. Or I can hold it while you're looking or.
I think we do have any questions in the chat. Does anyone else? That's maybe here live and ask anything?
We can log back
We can
out.
head up too, yeah.
Yeah, we'll head up.
Well, if nobody has any questions, that's what I did. Good. If nobody has any questions or anything, we appreciate you taking the time. Hopefully. I came. Really interested to sit there and hear about the deforestation and going well.
Okay,
Thank you.
well, thanks, guys. And we do actually have a drawing. So if you want to stay tuned for just a couple more minutes, we'll draw some names as an appreciation for joining us today.
Yeah, you get the pick.
Yeah, we'll let Josh go
Okay.
ahead and do this, do the honors.
Cool. Well, yeah, thank you so much
Oh,
for
we have 2 more.
got 2 more.
Yep.
All right, 2 more here. Got Jill Woods,
All right.
right? And Hunter Miller.
Congrats, guys. Thank you.
Thanks. If nobody's got any other questions, we appreciate it. And thanks again for staying. We're actually on time this time. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.